a series on managing relationships. Managing relationship. I'm going to do a quick one. It's not going to take a whole lot of time, but I want us to understand that and this is part of my leadership series, and I need you to understand carefully that there is nothing you are going to achieve. There is no structure you are going to build that will be very efficient without people. And that's why it becomes very, very paramount that you hold dear relationships and you learn how to manage people. People is instrumental to any result you want to get. If you want to get good results, you must be all based on, you know, managing the people that will give you that kind of result. And as a leader, if you find it difficult in any way, in any regard, you know, really managing people, managing relationship, you get to a point where it becomes very difficult to produce a desired result. And that's why, as people, as we grow, as we learn, one of the things that God gave us ability, even as children of God, is the ability to managing people. It's very important. I don't know who is joining this feed, but then it's fine. Okay, but then people are very instrumental, very, very important to anything that God will have do in any time, in any season. And even as a pastor, I've learned it as a portion to manage people properly. If not, you will not have a required result. And that's why it becomes very important in every regard to hold their relationships and to know how to properly, manage them for a desired result. So I'm going to give you a few examples, and we are in a contemporary time where literally everything we do is on social media space. You could see, if you see poor people management, you will know. With any government that come, succeeding government also, not just with the government, even in the church, even in the corporate organizations that we all, some of us are partners to, you will discover that these things are very, very pivotal. Managing relationships. And you see, most companies that have not been able to stay outlive the season of time is because the people who are who are supposed to produce results are not properly managed. You could see that firms have gone down, and you could look at it properly, and you will now discover that it is because the people who are supposed to produce that result are not properly harnessed. Now, in your individual and your daily life, you need people to be able to pull through. Like, you need people. For there are certain feats you cannot be able to get until you have the gift of certain people, and that becomes very much important because many of us are very careless about many of the things we do, about people in our lives. You just wake up and discover that this person is gone. You can't really keep track of these people just because there is no wisdom, there is no shaping wisdom to be able to keep these people in your life. There are many young persons I see often and on, and in a short time they have a lot of friends. In a little while, those friends are no more. You can literally not even, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. You can literally not even, see that those people are still with them at the time when it is. And that's why it becomes very much important that you learn wisdom in this regard, so that you can be able to manage people appropriately. It becomes a big deal at every point and at every season in your life that people must come. There are times in your life people come. There are times in your life where it's normal for them to go, because sometimes God could bring seasons of refreshing. And so certain people who were there yesterday may likely not be there today. And you get what I'm saying? But let it not be that it's entirely from your own end that people are, some certain people say, people are leaving me, it's a new season for my life and stuff. And that's because they cannot manage those people that God had brought their way. Sometimes they are the gift of valuable people, but because they lack wisdom, appropriate wisdom to managing these people, it becomes much more of a problem. That's what I want to open your mind on how to manage. This is going to be in series. I don't know how long it's going to take me to finish up this, but then for as long as I can, we'll always keep talking about this. But most importantly, I want you to understand that people they are essential. There are certain things God cannot do, and there are certain things that if God will have to do it, He will have to use the gift of people. Are you getting what I'm saying? Some of you are praying for result, praying for this, praying for that, and the people are going to give you that desired result are just people. If you can properly manage them, you could see how much more you can do in your life, how much more result you can produce in the space of time that you have. And that's why, as much as you are here, you are still on earth, you are breathing, you will come across people. Then the question is, how do you manage these people? How do you get these people to stay? How do you, in an organizational setting, how do you manage these people to produce a desired result? In government, how do you manage these people to give you, the kind of governance that you want? The kind of, just that a governor has people, and, if you have to perform well, he will not be at every circle of the leadership or the governance. There are people he will give power. How do you manage these people for effectiveness? That's what I'm looking at, for producing result and having that measure of effectiveness as required. So I hope that this stream is going to pay, is going to manage, it's going to give you wisdom on how to manage this kind of people relationship. And I want you to understand that no two individual is the same. In managing relationship, first, I have to start by saying that, I started by saying that you need people to succeed for any result. Number two, I'm saying that no two individual is the same. Now, if you must manage people, you must have wisdom to understand the places of these people. Like everybody, the way you treat this person, you may want to treat the same person that same way, and it doesn't pull through at all. And that's why you need to understand that no two individuals are the same. I want you to understand that, note this very carefully, no two individuals are the same. So if you are working with this person, you must have to understand this person the way he is, the way she is, the way she understands, her mental, understand her, whatever way she's designed. You need to understand how this person is. Then you need to understand how this person is. You need to treat each of them according to their understanding, according to their make, according to their temperament, according to their design. And that's the only way to get the best out of these people. That's the only way, emphasis, to get the best out of these people. Because I've seen many people fail in leadership. What's the cause of the failure? Just that at a certain point, they managed people the same way. They spoke to this one the same way they spoke to this one. And you must understand that the genders differ. There is a male gender, there is a female gender. I don't know if somebody's getting what I'm saying. There's a male gender. So these two genders, starting from them, they understand differently. This one has to be spoken in a lighter manner. This one, it doesn't matter how you speak to him, even though you must have to get to the level where you speak to him honorably. But then these two different people are not the same. So if you want to establish a result amongst these two people, you must not do it the same way. So for this person, she's understanding that the measure of this is that you have to speak like this. Are you getting what I'm saying? This one says you have to talk like this, you have to behave like this. There must be wisdom to managing from these two ends. You must have that wisdom. If not, at the end of the day, you will scuttle the whole process of producing results and ensuring effectiveness. So most importantly, you must understand this one and also understand this one. Now, this is because of background setting and cultural, a lot of us grew from different backgrounds, grew from different cultures, different way of doing things, different, everybody has different way that things works for them. You must very much understand that everybody does not understand the same thing in the same way. And even if they do understand in the same way, not in the same measure, if they understand the same measure, not in the same magnitude. So everybody is different. If you must produce effectiveness in your leadership, in your structuring, for whatever thing, you must learn to please people, learn to treat people, learn to work with people according to how they understand. And then finally, or in the third regard, I needed to understand before I delve on how to manage in relationship, you must very, very key to understand that everybody have different capacity. Everybody have the reason why they are in your life. Everybody have the reason why they are in your organization. You must understand the place of properly placing people where they belong. I want to establish something now. Just like this person is in this kind of regard, or that disconnection, you must understand that this person in his wisdom, must not give you money. So that's another problem. I'm talking about based on individual relationship. I'm talking about structures and organization also. Let me talk about in relationship first. Now, for relationships that you have with people, I've said it and I keep saying it, emphasis laid on keep saying it, that everybody in your life must not give you money. Understand this. Everybody in your life must not give you money. Please understand this. Everybody in your life must not give you advice. Everybody in your life must not give you, that soothing shoulder to lay on when you're having issues and trouble. You must understand the place of people. Are you getting what I'm saying? Understand the place of people. So if this person came for this reason, please allow them to become for that reason. And this is where their strength lies on. And that's what I'm going to talk about in the industry or in the organization. I'm going to create a balance in that regard. But please, for individuals, you must learn people's place. Don't overstretch people's boundary. There are people you shouldn't ask for money. There are people you shouldn't ask for certain things. There are people you shouldn't ask for food. There are people you shouldn't ask for certain things. Everybody has specification as at what they. If you ask this person who is supposed not to give you money, at the end of the day, you may likely lose that relationship. And that's what I'm talking about, the wisdom to managing this kind of people. If you ask them for money, you entirely would have lost that relationship. You entirely would have lost that relationship. I need you to understand that very importantly. It's very important that you understand that and take very good record of it, that there are people who are not supposed to give you money. There are people you are not supposed to. Some of you are dating people that are supposed to, succor you, that's supposed to raise you. The regard will not be there because you will now start building a strength of familiarity. And that's why it's very important to understand the place of people in your life so that you can be able to use wisdom to managing their place. Don't ever overstretch anybody's boundary, anybody's regard. Don't overstretch it. Understand where people are. Place them at the place where they are. Very important. Very important. I need you to understand this. It's very important. It's going to help manage any kind of relationship. Know why this person is here. Understand the reason why they are here. You can be able to treat them in that regard. Am I making sense to someone? Are you taking note of what I'm saying? Are you taking note of what I'm saying? Good, beautiful. Now, for the industry, everybody has strength and capacity. Everybody have strength and capacity. Everybody has strength and capacity. And it is with wisdom. You don't overstretch people's capacity. There are people that cannot manage resources around money. You don't give them positions to become treasurer or to keep the treasury. It's going to become much more of a disaster. I've seen cases where people who cannot keep money are given to keep money. At the end of the day, to account for the money becomes much more of a problem. Now, they will account for the one they have. The other ones, they are not able to discipline themselves. They may not even know when they dip their hands inside the purse and take a certain amount of money just with hope that they are going to replace it later, which they may never have to replace. So understand the place of people. Don't overplace people or don't overtrust people. Sometimes don't even place people where they are shocked to be. They are not comfortable at being. You understand me? You will end up, destroying the value they are supposed to bring to your organization, bring to the firm. You must understand that people have placement. You must understand that people have a supposed place of strength where they are supposed to be. Just like you cannot put me in certain areas. There are places where you put me and I will do very badly in those areas. And for you to be able to manage me to produce a good result, what do you have to do? You have to create a system that can accommodate what value I am bringing to the table. And if you can understand every individual and place them appropriately, you'll be surprised that you have the measure, exact kind of measure that they have wanted. So it is with wisdom that you begin to navigate every end appropriately so that you don't place people who are supposed to be in A, you place them in B. The result they are supposed to produce will now be reduced at a certain point. You will now be wondering, why are we not producing results? Why are we not effective? It's just that you place people. There are people that are supposed to, you know that statement they say, is it a square peg in a round or something like that? You are mismatching people, out of their place of strength. So you must learn people's place of strength and appropriately match them to where their strength is. That's the only way you can recommend effectiveness for them. And this is basically for those in the industry. You don't place people where they are not supposed to be and expect them to produce maximum result. When you place people at the place of not comfort, at the place of capacity, you will discover that their result will be very much outstanding. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Way much outstanding. So I would recommend that for industry, not for individuals though. Place people on their basis of strength. Then you watch how and see the magic that will play out. If you have been placing your people because they are just they just want people to occupy positions, you will end up discovering that at the end of the day, the people you place at this particular end will not give you that kind of result. And you'll not be questioning yourself, am I not doing so much? Am I not doing a whole lot? No, it's not like you're not doing a whole lot. It's just that you are wasting the resources of this person, the value of this person, as against what they are supposed to be. And trust me, when it's like that way, you may not be able to get the desired result at any point, at any season. I don't know if I'm making sense to someone. So this is it. That's how to manage relationships. If you have a focal understanding of these few things I've said, then you are on your good journey to managing people, because the most difficult state of people to manage, difficult state of creation to manage is humans. It's difficult to manage humans. I tell you sincerely, it's very much difficult to manage humans, and that's why we need wisdom to managing these people. So in this first series I'm starting off, I want you to understand that people are very pivotal to your success. I started by saying that you cannot succeed in isolation. You need people to succeed. For whatever thing you are going to achieve, you need hands. You need people who have gone ahead. You need people who are within the same length. You need people that are going to even assist in pushing that narrative or the vision or whatever it is. You need those kind of people. And secondly, everybody, no two individuals are the same. Everybody have different understanding, different perspective, different way of reacting to the situation. You must learn to treat people according to their understanding. And I said, both for industry and for individuals, you must know people's place in your life. Don't overstretch people. But in the industry, you must not just know their place, know their capacity, so you don't wrongly place them where they are not supposed to be. So these are the few points I highlighted as I started this video, and I want you to take note of them as we continue this series. So this series will continue next week, Monday. Just by this time, it's going to continue. So please do well to connect, do well to see the video through. Don't mind the quality of the video, just insist on the value you are getting. And I trust that in so much time, whatever thing God has placed in your hand, you'll be able to learn how to manage them appropriately without overstretching it, without stretching out yourself, without having to do it. If you can remember in the Bible, because I'm a pastor and I'm a Christian, there was a time that